Today I'm going to tell you about salt. Salt is a mineral composed primarily of sodium chloride, a chemical compound belonging to the larger class of salts. Salt in its natural form as a crystalline mineral is known as rock salt or halite. All through history, the availability of salt has been pivotal to civilization. What is now thought to have been the first city in Europe is Solninsata in Bulgaria, which was a salt mine, providing the area now known as the Balkans with salt since 5400 BC. Even the name Solninsata means salt works. There is more salt in animal tissues such as meat, blood, and milk than in plant tissues. Nomads who subsist on their flocks and herds do not eat salt with their food, but agriculturalists feeding mainly on cereals and vegetable matter need to supplement their diet with salt. With the spread of civilization, salt became one of the world's main trading commodities. It was of high value to ancient Hebrews, the Greeks, the Romans, the Byzantines, the Hittites, and other peoples of antiquity. In the Middle East, salt was used to ceremonially seal an agreement, and the ancient Hebrews made a covenant of salt with God and sprinkled salt on their offerings to show their trust in Him. Salt is mostly sodium chloride, the ionic compound with the formula NaCl, representing equal portions of sodium and chlorine. Sea salt and freshly minced salt, much of which is sea salt from prehistoric seas, also contain small amounts of trace elements, which in these small amounts are generally good for plant and animal health. Mined salt is often refined in the production of table salt. It is dissolved in water, purified via precipitation of other minerals out of the solution, and re-evaporated. During this same refining process, it is also often iodized. Salt is essential to the health of humans and other animals, and it is one of the 5 basic taste sensations. Salt is used in many cuisines around the world, and it is often found in salt shakers on diners' eating tables for their personal use on food. Salt is also an ingredient in many manufactured foodstuffs. Table salt is refined salt containing about 97 to 99% sodium chloride. Some table salt sold for consumption contains additives which address a variety of health concerns, especially in the developing world. The identities and amounts of additives vary widely from country to country. Iodine is an important micronutrient for humans, and a deficiency of the element can cause lowered production of thyroxine or hypothyroidism and enlargement of the thyroid gland, endemic goitre, in adults or cretinism in children. Unrefined sea salt contains small amounts of magnesium and calcium halides and sulfates, traces of algal products, salt-resistant bacteria, and sediment particles. The calcium and magnesium salts confer a faintly bitter overtone, and they make unrefined sea salt hygroscopic. Algal products contribute a mildly fishy or sea air odor, the latter from organobromine compounds. Sediments, the proportion of which varies with the source, give the salt a dull gray appearance. Salt is present in most foods, but in naturally occurring foodstuffs such as meats, vegetables, and fruits, it is present in very small quantities. It is often added to processed foods such as canned foods and especially salted foods, pickled foods, and snack foods or other convenience foods where it functions as both a preservative and a flavoring. Dairy salt is used in the preparation of butter and cheese products. Before the advent of electrically powered refrigeration, salting was one of the main methods of food preservation. Only about 6% of the salt manufactured in the world is used in food. Of the remainder, 12% is used in water conditioning processes, 8% goes for de-icing highways, and 6% is used in agriculture. The rest, 68%, is used for manufacturing and other industrial processes, and sodium chloride is one of the largest inorganic raw materials used by volume. Salt has long held an important place in religion and culture. At the time of the Brahmic sacrifices, the Hittite rituals, and during festivals held by the Semites and Greeks, at the time of the new moon, salt was thrown into a fire where it produced crackling noises. The ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans invoked their gods with offerings of salt and water, and some people think this to be the origin of holy water in the Christian faith. In Aztec mythology, Quetzalcoatl was a fertility goddess who presided over salt and salt water. Thanks for watching this Adventurous Kids episode.